2 years ago, we spawned in Lumbridge on a fresh Iron Man. 1 year ago, we completed a max cape and started to finally play the game. Three months ago, we completed all 3 mega rares alongside having very good gear, nearly best in slot. Today, for the first time ever, we complete our Grandmaster helmet. We become a master at PvM. Let's jump into it. I saved the final raid CAs for last, Theater of Blood. Luckily, since this is a team raid, most of the CAs are relatively easy with a good team. We don't have too much to stress about. Most of the CAs do require us to go somewhat out of our way though. To start off, we are going to be doing a timely snack. This requires us to kill Sotseg after surviving 3 ball attacks without sharing damage and without anyone dying. The reason this isn't done in normal TOBs is you have to have horrible DPS to have enough time for Sot to throw 3 big balls, so we're stuck waiting for them. Mechanically speaking, there are 3 ways to deal with the big ball. 1, once it's thrown, we phase Sotseg so that the damage gets nulled. No one takes any damage. That won't work for the CA since it specifically says surviving. We need to take some damage. 2, everyone DDs on each other. That way the damage is split among everyone and we all take 20-ish damage. This is a good / normal thing to do, but again, it won't work for the CA because it specifically says without sharing the damage. That leaves us the last option. We tick eat those. There is a 0.6 second window where we can click a food, the game will read our previous HP, deal that damage, and the food will heal us above. We have exactly 1 tick to react and click properly. That's what this CA is, doing that 3 times without dying. Well, that went great. At this point though, our chat helped us learn something. Apparently, even though the CA says without anyone dying throughout the fight, it is bugged. Even though someone else died, since I am the person who needs this CA, if I survive the other 2 big balls, I will still get the CA. I just have to hope to not get hit by the big ball. 4 of us remain. That means a 75% chance that the big ball will not target me. The odds are in my favor. The second chosen one is Joas. Will he survive is the question. That is how you tick eat those. Only 1 more to go now. Oh god, alright, good luck. This is my first TOB back since I got my scythe. There is a very, very high chance that I do not do this right. Clean. The haters lose once again. That is a timely snack completed and well deserved. That was our first ever normal mode 5-man TOB. We only got the master speed time, probably because we had to wait so long in the Sot room. I still need the Grandmaster time. After that raid, we sent another with the intentions of getting the speed time. 14 minutes and 15 seconds. Nothing crazy, just a normal money raid thanks to power creep. Watching Verzik die halfway into webs with 5 sights was quite an experience. 13 minutes and 42 seconds. That is the GM time complete. I also want to apologize for not having the CA tasks show on top weight clogs. I didn't know of that feature until the comments pointed it out, which at that point I already had a GM helm. Jumping back into it, we did a quick trio hard mode TOB where we were only going to go until bloat and then reset. That way we can get the personal space CA. This requires at least 3 people and ideally not more. We have to kill bloat without ever standing on top of each other. Quite annoying, but not too bad if you only gear for the first 2 rooms and then plan on leaving. I would not recommend trying the CA in a normal raid. Just like most TOB CAs, this is mostly about taking our time and not greeting. 1 person can stand back 1 row and the other 2 share a wall, but preferably far apart. That was a lot harder than it needed to be, but that is personal space complete. I did learn hard mode top while hunting our scythe. Whenever we had a team of 5, we'd run a hard mode. That's actually where I got my scythe as well. There's a speed task for 3-man and 4-man hard mode top, which means we have to send one of each of those. This is my first hard mode back, and of course, I forgot my sand fuse / anti-venom. Oops, I ate a green ball. This should be okay. Even with the death, we still get the speed time. That's trio hard mode top complete. It's always the green ball. 4-man hard mode top complete. The time to beat is 21 minutes, by the way. We got it by over 3 minutes. Next up was Morytania only, where we can only use weapons from Morytania, aka Barrows. We had our teammate going in with 1 HP and a full Darrock set. Some people say this CA is a lot of fun, while others hate it. It is just a normal TOB that's just significantly longer because of no spec weapons, or higher tier weapons. We are doing it in a 4-man, which is more than doable, although 5 would be best to get through it the quickest possible. Problem is, trying to find 5 people willing to do TOB with tier 70 weapons. Zerpus without defense reductions or good weapons is very questionable. I'm just ranging it to stay safe as I don't want to rag the room too much. Finally getting close to enrage, the room is very green, but it's doable. Both myself and the team are allowed to die during this CA, although specifically on Verzik, if you want the CA completed, you have to be alive. I think I'm the only person on this team without the CA, so theoretically, everyone is allowed to die but me. Surely I won't fall to the green ball again, right? Just like the rest of the raid, Verzik is a very long fight. And since I'm pack-yakking a lot of brews and it's important that I don't die here, my only goal is to pretty much camp the highest HP possible. Finally coming up to the end of the raid, 33 minutes later, Morytania only is completed. We also got rewarded for the efforts as we got a team purple, though unfortunately not mine. Just legs, dang it. I sent some normal trios for practice and the pop at CA, which is no one is allowed to take damage from the spiders exploding during Verzik. I'm surprised I never got this during the scythe grind. I guess one person on the team was always greeting hits or getting hit. Consciously wanting it though, just running far from the spiders, it wasn't too bad. Only problem is, DPS wise, we were probably 50 ticking our weapon. Definitely closer than it needed to be, but that is pop it completed. Next up, we were back to hard mode TOBs, pack like a yak. This was to complete a deathless hard mode TOB without using the chest to buy supplies. Overall not too bad, we just enter the raids with more brews than usual and maybe a blood fury. The thing is with hard mode TOB, even though this is theoretically not that bad, it's still very easy for someone to accidentally misclick and die. We'll see what happens. Whoops. Being nearly halfway through the raid when that happened, it's still worth completing, because there is a task to complete 50 hard mode TOBs, and we only had about 40 when we finished our scythe. The good news is that we can now use the chest since we know we failed that CA already. Next raid, same team, we got it. That is pack like a yak completed. You can see that was my 45th completion as well, which means we need 5 more completions no matter what, although there's still quite a few missing hard mode CAs that we might be able to do during those last 5. Harder mode 2. Defeat Zerpus after letting him heal the foe from exhumed without anyone taking damage. This is usually recommended to be done in 4-mans, that way you deal enough DPS, but the CA itself is already solved. There are tiles for every single attack to hit Zerpus at. Each one represents 2 blowpipe. As long as everyone follows these tiles, it's a one and done CA. The problem is, it's quite easy to get Jad hands with so much pressure to click perfectly. And remember, there's 3 of us that need to overcome Jad hands as well, not only one person. The first blowpipe tile we're only supposed to hit once, but I already choked and moved one tick early. I didn't hit at all. Now it was a matter of trying to get all three of us back in sync, because if we are not all DD'd exactly, when we get to the inner tiles, the splash from the poison hits will hit somebody. Remember how I said we kind of need 4 people for this CA? Our DPS in trio is not good enough, and we are going to fail. We are also about to reach the inner row, and we still have not successfully DD'd all 3 of us. Oh, I guess we skipped 38 as well. You might have also noticed that in this clip I did not have a range pot. I forgot it. Realistically, even if we were all DD'd and didn't miss any ticks, that DPS was not happening. After all of that, so close to enrage, there's not really any more room to go. No matter where we walk, we are going to get hit by the splats. That was a good attempt, but not quite it. I would say we still learned a lot from it though. This CA really is as simple as don't get Jad hands and have 4 people DPSing the boss. If we had 4 people and I had a range pot, even though that wasn't perfect, it probably still would have procced Enrage before we failed and it would have been completed. Zerpus in Enrage is easier than normal mode Zerpus. You just simply AFK and attack the boss. We still completed that raid to do the Nylo Sniper CA, where we have to attack the spiders instead of letting them explode by getting too close. This is easiest in trios due to less spider spawns. I am currently playing very cautiously because if I die I will not get the CA, and one of us already died, which isn't really ideal. There it is, yet another done. A Nylo Sniper completed. 48 total hard mode KC, which means only 2 left. We are now back in hard mode Tob with 4 people. Ready for harder mode 2, but also trying to do harder mode 1. Harder mode 1 is to kill Sotseg pretty much perfectly. No splitting big balls, all that hard stuff. Compared to the Snack CA, we can at least phase him once he shoots the big balls, making it a bit easier. In some weird way, the maze is still very scary, knowing we are not allowed to make any mistakes. Overall, the CA sounds a lot more stressful than it is. Because projectiles can sometimes be a bit sketchy to see, having 2 people T-bow from afar for maximum distance to see projectiles is a pretty good strategy to ensure no mistakes on anyone's end. The hits from this boss bounce off players to one another. Being 10 tiles away gives us infinite time to react. That is harder mode 1 complete. Now we just have to send the back-to-back harder mode 2, and I will still have one more hard mode to complete for the 50k CCA. Here we go. We already got our practice run in, and now it's time to lock in for real with 4 people. Remember what I said the last attempt. Even with us being out of sync by 1 tick for majority of the run, if we had 1 extra person DPSing, we probably would have gotten it regardless. This should be relatively easy, it's just a matter of nerves. The screeches happen by tile number 34. It's not even close. For the enrage, someone has to actually hit the boss to start it, and I think we are all skeptical, but I followed through and we all got on the boss. Now, after AFKing the last 25% HP, that is harder mode 2 also completed back to back. Completing this raid put us at 49 hard mode KC. I'm going to be saving the last one for my final GM task. Coming up as my final task besides the 50th hard mode is the most dreaded CA of all time, Perfect Tob. Perfect Maiden, perfect Bloat, perfect every single room for the perfect Theater of Blood. Every room in here has to be absolutely perfect. No accidental damage and no accidental misclicks. This is best done in a trio to minimize people who are allowed to make mistakes. Oh, and which you will soon find out, we are with the best of the best. Every room can specifically be played safely instead of normal. For example, normally we would Scythe Maiden, but if you're not comfortable, which I am not, and I don't want to risk getting hit by a blood splat, I can T-bow from afar. That way I have more time to dodge a splat. First room, Perfect Maiden, which I think we did when going for Master CAs, was completed. Next up was Perfect Bloat. We are allowed to DD on each other unlike personal space, so it makes it a little bit easier. We just have to keep in mind to play super safe. We have to leave early before Bloat gets up, that way we ensure that we don't take any damage, as that will fail the CA. Nobody likes it in a normal raid, but for the perfect Tob, it must be done. We will comfortably play it safe and 3 down Bloat. That is Perfect Bloat completed. This is another room we've done perfectly when going for Masters, but the last one. The rest of the raid, we have never done perfectly before. Perfect Nylos can be a little scary, because it's not hard to accidentally misclick, especially with the nerds. Thankfully with the menu entry swapper, we can remove our attack options on all the non-melee spiders. There is still an exact 1 tick window when something immediately swaps that we can click, but the odds of that happening are surely low. We are also not allowed to use our Scythe or anything AoE, since that can accidentally attack a different spider that's a different style, which would fail the perfect CA. Once the waves are done, it's a matter of simply swapping prayer and attacking with the correct style. Play safely, because one simple misclick can fail this entire CA. That is Perfect Nylo completed, and now it is time for Perfect Soat. Perfect Soat is similar to how we did Harder Mode 1. We just stay far and T-bow the boss. On top of that, we can wait for the big ball before proccing him, that way nobody has to tick eat or share damage. That is Perfect Soat completed. Next up was Zerpus. Perfect Zerpus is probably one of the hardest parts of Perfect Tob, because each exhumed is only allowed to proc twice. If it goes a third time, it fails the perfect. Everyone must stay synced in a close triangle, communicate which you are going to, and be sure not to mess up. With the exhumed done, normal mode Zerpus is much easier to not accidentally take damage. We don't have the DD, and we have a lot more room. We can each take our own side and move whenever we see acid coming towards us. That is Perfect Zerpus complete, and now there is only one more room to go before one and done. Perfect Versic. This is the longest room, and on top of that, we have to do it with the pressure of knowing that if we fail, we lost the other 25 minutes of the raid as well. We need to lock in. P1 was completed, and now it is time for P2. For P2, we are allowed to tank the blue zap, but we cannot tank the spiders or anything else. Because of that, it is meta to stay far in the room until the spiders spawn, then freeze them and kill them, and keep the purple spider alive, that way Versic can't spawn more. Once that was all set up, it was a matter of scything Versic without being bounced. This was all newish to me, but it's also what I've been learning while doing all the other CAs. When we grinded the scythe, we were used to safe spotting with the halberd, but no longer. P2 has been a success, and now it was time for P3. Thankfully I didn't get the tank, which means all I have to do is focus swapping mage and range. My teammates will freeze and kill the spiders when they spawn. At 25%, we want to stop attacking the boss until she does the phase where we stand on the yellow orb. Then we insta-kill her when we spawn the tornadoes. That is Perfect Tob completed. This was it. All we had left for GM Helm now was a normal hard mode Tob. Grabbed our team of 5 and sent our final raid for GM Helm.
Dude, Mochi, I know what you're gonna do, dude. See ya. Grandmaster tier. Oh my god. And it's a purple, and it's my purple.
I only have one chance ever to get a scythe on the same raid that I got a Grandmaster helmet. Good luck, everybody.
Aw.
We still got our own personal purple on the final raid. That's something to remember for sure. Here we go. Long awaited, but we got it. A 50k herb XP lamp. With this, we also became a Grandmaster Combat Achiever. In case it wasn't obvious, this took place before the Delve CAs came out, which I am saving for another video. Please disregard that I don't have Radiant Oathplate yet, but this seems like a good point to end today's video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. I also want to let you guys know that RS3 Leagues is starting today. I will be trying it out, streaming, and making videos if I'm enjoying it. Until next time, take care everybody, and see you then.